Morning to all of you. Yesterday we have seen filter circuits. The output of full wave rectifier is a pulsating continuous DC that is given to a filter circuit which consists of high value capacitor. So after filtering, we get almost a good DC voltage. Very accurate DC voltage is obtained depending upon the filter. So what is that filter circuit? I am just drawing that. Along the full wave rectifier, its input and output of full wave rectifier that is given to the filter circuit that is mainly consists of a large value capacitor. The capacitor will act as filter. The pulses in the pulsating DCs because of AC component which is undesirable, so that will be bypassed through the capacitor. So that diagram I am going to do. So this is your full wave rectifier. And input AC voltage and the output what we are getting from here. This is pulsating DC. This is called pulsating DC. Continuous. Continuous pulsating. So here the pulsations are due to undesirable AC components out in this. So we are going to connect a capacitor of high value. From here we are connecting a capacitor of high value. Across that we connect and from here the resistance offered by the capacitor to AC is called capacitive reactance. And its value is the capacitor of capacitance 1 by omega c, 1 by 2 pi. For DC component, there is a DC component, AC component. AC component resistance is very less, it bypasses, whereas capacitor block DC component. So what output here we are getting? The pulsations are removed and we are getting. So this is the DC output. So depending upon the filter, we are using 2 or 3, we get more accurate and accurate DC output. So this is the filter circuit, which consists of mainly a large value capacitor. It bypasses AC component, which is undesirable in the pulsating DC, which is the output of full wave rectifier. Okay. Next is we are going to discuss with the different types of special types of diodes designed for different purposes. First one is Zener diode. Zener diode. It is of course not there in the course. Some points are Zener diode. The main use of Zener diode is it is used in voltage stabilizer circuits. Voltage stabilizer circuit, and it is always connected in the reverse bias. Always connected in the reverse bias and at reverse breakdown voltage. And the representation of Zener diode is like this. One diode represents like this, and we write the letters here. It's a heavily docked. It can operate continuously in the reverse breakdown voltage without any problem. Because reverse breakdown means a large current flows continuously. The use of Zener diode as a voltage stabilizer, it is always connected in reverse bias, and it works reverse bias particularly at reverse breakdown voltage because large current flows through that. For any insignificant change in the voltage, reverse bias voltage after breakdown. So if input voltage, so what is the voltage stabilizer circuit is like this. If the input voltage increases, 220 volt is the supply voltage coming to your house. Suppose it is increasing to 300 or decreasing, can either increase or decrease. So correspondingly, this DC voltage also will change, either increase or decrease. So we want to get 10 volt or 15 volt fixed. That is the voltage, fixed voltage. So this output, if input changes, this output also will change. It will be called as unregulated supply DC volt. That is given to your Zener diode connected in reverse bias with a resistance in series and parallel. So the voltage across the Zener diode, reverse breakdown voltage, what is the mind saying irrespective of the change in the voltage. So it stabilizes the voltage. Output voltage will get a constant value. So in this way, it acts as like a voltage stabilizer. So Zener diode is used in stabilizer circuit. Other, of course, Zener diode is not included in this year topic syllabus. Other three diodes what we are discussing. First one is photo diode, LED, and solar cell. So these are very important for us. 3 points. So next we are going to discussing about regarding the light. All three are regarding the light. Light energy is related. So it is known as optoelectronic junction diodes. Related to the optics, light, optoelectronic junction diodes. These are the semiconductor diodes in which carriers are generated by photons E equal to h nu. Example number 1, photodiodes. So different types of diodes. First one is a photodiode. Second one, light diode. We call it as LED. And third one, we call it as solar cell. This is a semiconductor diode, but we call it as a cell because we don't give any biasing voltage. Without bias, just like ordinary cell, electron cell, diode cell. It automatically generates potential difference as soon as you connect any outer circuit current. That is why the same point is not applicable to solar. So first one is a photodiode. Okay. So photodiode ka main use hai, it is used for detecting optical signal. This question is there in the CBSE sample paper. Optical, if there is any light, photodiode can be used to detect the intensity of light, or if there is any light, that can. Because when light reaches there, current produces, so you can see some other phenomena. So you can detect. It's a light detector. Photodiode can be used light detector. Light emitting diodes. When you give a bias, light will be emitted from the junction diode. That is which converts. Light emitting diode is converting electrical energy to light energy. Photodiode is converting. So what is the main energy conversion is taking? Photodiode. Photons are reaching. Light energy is converting into electrical energy. So photodiode is converting light energy to electrical energy. Light emitting diode is reverse process. Electrical energy to light energy. Solar cell and photodiode are same function. Solar cell, you know, it converts light energy to electrical energy. Photodiode work with the biasing voltage. Solar cell works without any biasing voltage. That is the importance of solar. All solar panels are used in satellites. So photodiode and solar cell, एक ही difference है. Photodiode में biasing चाहिए and solar cell है. It is a cell. इसमें कोई biasing बाहर का voltage application नहीं है. So we are discussing about the photodiodes. So photodiode, first one is a photodiode. It is a special purpose PN junction diode, and it is fabricated with a transparent window to allow light to fall on the diode. Just like a photoelectric effect, light reaches at the junction. So there is a transparent window to reach light at the junction. It is operated under reverse bias. Next point, it is operated under reverse bias. When photodiode is illuminated with the light of photons with energy E equal to h nu. If it is greater than the energy gap of semiconductor, then what will happen? Electrons, hole pairs are generated due to the absorption of this energy. So this diode is designed such that generation of electron and hole pairs takes place in or near the junction depletion region of the diode. So main point is it is a junction diode. It is connected in reverse bias. So first I am going to explain the photodiode. Photodiode is a device which converts light energy to electric energy. This is a PN junction diode. P side and N side. We have to keep a battery under reverse bias, so it is in reverse bias. Now the negative and positive. And at the junction there is a provision to incident light equal to h nu, light is equal to h nu. When this is greater than the energy gap, when this is greater than energy gap, this energy is enough to take out the electron from the valence band conduction band. So electron holes are produced there. So electron holes are generated and they will be moving like this, separated. So electron holes in or out of the depletion layer is formed, and this reverse bias pulls the hole this side, electron this side, and the current will be flowing through this. So that current can be observed. A current can be, so a current will flow through this. So here the condition is that energy of photons h nu that should be greater than energy gap. It is very similar to that of photoelectric of energy greater than work function of equal or greater. Here equal or greater. Eg energy gap. Then electron holes are produced. They will be separated by this reverse bias. Holes will come this side, electron will go and circuit is completed, current is produced. So you can see a current. If there is a current, you can that electricity can be converted in any other form. So you can detect if any other light is coming, you can detect. Burglar alarms are based on this. If there is a light coming to the signal, so that will produce that electricity can be used to produce the sound, etc. etc. So this is the case here. Next is, so what is the working I am explaining here? Due to electric field or reverse bias, electrons and holes are separated before they combine. You can see that holes are moving towards the left side and electrons are going towards positive. They are separated by this electric field. And direction of electric field is such that electron reach N side and holes reach B side. Therefore, when external load resistance is connected, we are connecting the resistance here. A current will flow through this. So when external load is connected, the current flows, the magnitude of the photocurrent depends upon intensity. So up to what extent the current is flowing, that depends upon intensity. So the current here flows depends on intensity. It is very similar to that of your photoelectric. Can you remember what is the variation of photoelectric current with intensity? And can you remember any sentence?
Directly proportional.
Directly proportional. Intensity increases, photoelectric current also increases. Here also, almost same cheese. So here also, a current depends upon intensity. Okay. So I am going to plot the variation of voltage and current. This is the reverse bias voltage. Okay, and the current what we are getting, it is the reverse bias, third quadrant में diagram बनेगा. And greater the intensity, greater will be the current in the photodiode. So this graph is very important. Many times it will be more question. This is VI graph for characteristics for photodiode. This is RV voltage. This is photocurrent. Variation is like this. I1, I2, I3. These are the different intensities. I3 is greater than I2, greater than I1. Greater the intensity, greater will be the photocurrent. Greater the intensity, greater will be the photocurrent. This graph is very, very important. You can see the question paper. This graph appeared. The graph was given, and you have to recognize which kind of device it is there. It is the photo. So photodiode, almost all video camera, this photodiode is fixed, which convert light energy to electrical energy. So it is connected in the reverse bias. Kyun reverse bias may connect here because E equal to h energy is taken by the electrons and holes. They are separate. Electron hole is produced. Valence band, conduction band, electron hole. Then to separate them. To separate them, the reverse electric field is there. So this is the photodiode. And how will you represent the symbolic representation of photodiode? Ordinary diode is like this, and photodiode means we show the light into the diode. Light is coming to the photodiode, it is representing. Arrow mark is toward the. Now, second one, we are going for light emitting diode. It will be just reverse. Light emitting diode. Light emitting diode, when it is in forward bias, light emitting diode का forward bias में light emitting diode LED से light is emitting. When it is in the forward bias, light comes out. So symbolic representation I am going to make change here. Arrow mark, ulta mark here. The representation light emitting diode. Diodes are light emitting different colors. And diagram is this, but it will be connected in forward bias. It will be connected in forward. So here light is coming here, now light is coming. So light emitting diode will be in forward bias. This is positive, this is negative. Forward bias. Because of the forward bias, the charge carries try to cross, and electrons and holes will combine at the junction. When they combine, some energy is released. That energy is coming out in the form of this one. This is specially designed. It is under forward bias. Because of the forward bias, you know, majority carriers will cross the junction. So at junction they combine, and as they combine, some energy is released. That energy is coming out in the form of electromagnetic radiation, E-H. So you have different colored LEDs are there, different color LED. So this is LED. It's heavily doped under forward bias. These are the 2 points you're telling, heavily doped. When it is heavily doped, depletion layer becomes thin, which under forward bias emits spontaneous radiation. That is called light emitting diode. The diode is covered with a transparent cover so that emitted light can come out. The plastic case can be. Now what will happen working? When light emitting diode is forward biased, electrons are sent from N side to P side and holes from P side to N side. That is already familiar with this point. At the junction boundary, the concentration of minority carriers also will increase because of heavy doping. So at the junction boundary on either side, excess minority carriers are there, which recombine with the majority carriers. On recombination, this point is very important. On recombination, what happens? The energy is released in the form of photons E equal to h nu. This photons with energy equal or slightly less than the energy gap is used. This energy equal or slightly less than the energy gap is used. So they combine, electrons and holes combine at the junction, especially majority with minority there. Heavily doped है, so minority हो जाता है. So because of this combination, energy is released. Recombination से energy is released. That energy will be slightly maybe equal to energy gap or slightly less, and correspondingly photon is. So this point is yours that. And here the current is very less, so intensity of light emitted is comparatively small. When current increases, intensity also increases. That depending upon the bias. So LEDs can emit different colors: red color, yellow, orange, and green and blue light. You are already aware of this point. So inorganic compound semiconductors are used, just like gallium phosphide, red or green color के लिए. Gallium arsenic phosphide, red and yellow color के लिए. And gallium arsenide, IR radiation के लिए. Gallium arsenide. All these different proportions of inorganic compound semiconductors are used for LEDs. Okay. Gallium arsenide, especially for IR radiation, remote control में LED we are using that. So gallium arsenide with proper proportion. So different these values: gallium arsenide phosphide, and gallium phosphide. Different concentrations are used for different colors: red, green, yellow, etc. What are the main applications of LEDs? Today's scenario, you can see that everywhere we have replaced ordinary kind of lights with LEDs. Even the street light, you can see that LED panels, because the power consumption is extremely less. So extensive use in remote. What are the main applications? They are used in remote controls, burglar alarms, optical communication, etc. Calculator and digital watches. LEDs are used for numeric displays. Numeric displays, LEDs are used. Next important point is, what are the advantages of LEDs over low power incandescent lamps? How can you compare? Very important point. LEDs operating voltage is very less. So less power consumption, fast action. And the bandwidth of light emitted by LED ranges from 100 angstrom to 500 angstrom. Long life and fast on-off switching capability. Because of this, we are using LED in almost all places. Low power consumption in comparison with the low incandescent bulbs. So LEDs applications are very important. Okay, because nowadays we are mainly concentrating on LED panels, LED lights. Okay. The last one is solar cell. It is a photodiode itself, but it's made without biasing, so we'll get the current. So we have to design accordingly. Solar cell is basically a PN junction which generates EMF when solar radiation falls on the junction. It works on the same principle as the photodiode, except that no external bias is applied and the junction area is kept much larger for solar radiation to be incident, because to get more power. The solar radiation should reach at the junction. Area is more wide to collect more sunlight, E equal to h nu. When this energy is enough greater than or equal to energy gap, electron holes are produced and they are separated. So this is what is happening, but here there is no biasing. No biasing is required. That is why we call it as a cell. So because of the concentration of positive electrons and holes at different points, an EMF is created. Just like what is happening in a cell. You have high voltage and high potential and low potential. Electrodes, positive electron, negative electron. One is at high potential and low potential. As soon as you connect, in external circuit, current flows. So same situation is taking place in the solar cell. That is why this PN junction diode is known as solar cell. So what the construction part is, you have a P-type silicon crystal of very fine thickness wafer of about 300 micrometer, and over which a thin layer of N-side silicon is grown by diffusion process. The other side of P-type silicon is coated with a metal that's called back contact, and on the top of N-type, metal finger electrodes are deposited, which act as a front contact. The metallic grid occupies only a very small fraction of the cell area, so that light can be incident on the cell from the top. So the construction point I am just explaining here. Solar cell fabrication. P side is slightly thick. P-type semiconductor we are taking. Thickness is about 300 micrometer. Any pentavalent impurity can be pasted over this, and you can keep so that N type is formed over P type, and that is of usually very small layer 0.3 micron. N side is formed. This is N side. N side is thin. N side is thin about 0.3 micron. And bottom of P-type is metallic quadrants. Connection can be taken from it. This is called back contact. And over N, we put certain grids for taking the connection. So we connect like this, some metallic fingers are connected. You can connect from this point to this point, this point to this point. So this is called finger electrodes. So this is the way of fabricating a solar cell. So N side is made thin. This is because the light radiation can easily pass through N side and reach the junction. That reach the junction. When energy equal to HU greater than or equal to energy gas, electron and holes are produced. Electron and holes are produced. Exactly photodiode, but the construction N side is very thin, 0.3 micrometer, P side is of 300 micrometer. So this is the back contact, completely metallic contact, and N side we put what in between. Some grids are put there, electrodes and finger electrode. They will not block any light. Light will reach the N side and reach at the junction. So electrons. So when light reaches, three processes are taking place in the solar cell. What are the three processes? First one, the generation of electron-hole pairs. This is due to light. First process, electron-hole pair formation. Second one, after electrons and holes are formed, they will separate. They are separate. Separation of electrons and holes. These 3 points are very important. First one, generation of electron-hole pairs due to the light with energy equal to H greater than Eg. Second one, separation of electrons and holes due to the electric field or depletion layer. The depletion layer, electric field pulls them apart. And third one, electron reaching the N side are collected by the front electrode, and holes are, next point, holes are reaching on P side, they are collected by the back contact. Three process. First one, generation of electron hole pair. Second one, separation. Who will separate? The barrier electric field at the junction will separate the bushes. The holes will be reaching here and becoming positive, and electron will be reaching here on N side top and it will be coming. So automatically a potential difference is produced between the P side and N side. So generation of electron hole pair, second separation by barrier electric field, third the holes will be collecting at the P side back and electron will be collecting on the top front ends, producing positive potential and negative potential difference without any battery connection. As soon as you connect this device across a load resistance, then current will. So that current will be utilized. So this is only the construction details. Diagram I am going to show that I will continue in the next class. So this is your solar cell fabrication, and we have to draw the diagram and the characteristics of solar cell and which material can be used for solar cell fabrication. The best material, silicon, germanium, or gallium arsenide. One will see. That is the last point that we'll finish tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll complete this point as well as I'll give some important information regarding the practical. Yeah, I will demonstrate that when I'll explain one out experiments before coming to the lab, how to perform the experiment. So you have to prepare accordingly and you have to